Hello, English 101 students. Today I wanted to talk to you a bit about your ePortfolio and some of the ways that this capstone project will serve you in the real world. I'll also give you tips on how you can improve what you have so far. Let's talk a bit about purpose. One of the reasons we have you learn how to create the ePortfolio is because this is something you might actually have to use in order to showcase your work for your current job, to land clients, or to apply for a new position somewhere. So many things are digital. Think of this as your multimodal resume. It's better than a traditional resume in ways though, because you can showcase your personality a little bit better, add photographs, use graphics, include an audio recording, include examples of work that you've completed, and you can even include an introduction video that makes you stand out in a sea of applicants. You can also easily share this portfolio with anyone, bosses, potential bosses, people you would like to do freelance work for, your parents, and anyone else that you can think of, really. So this is a versatile tool for your future. Learning how to craft this well now can help you down the road. Even if you don't use this particular portfolio, you're learning the skills that you'll need in order to build one on other platforms. I myself have a writing portfolio on WordPress, and many of the skills that you obtain when you learn how to use Digication will also transfer over to a platform like that as well, if that's something that you want to use. Okay, so let's talk about what you have now. Initially, it's easy to just plug in a photo or two and cut and paste your text in. However, as you decide what you really want your ePortfolio to say about you, certain choices are going to need to be made. What kind of font will you use? What colors are appropriate? What multimodal elements will you utilize? And the big question, how will your audience see you when they look at your site? This is your ultimate consideration. So I'm going to show you a few websites, and I want you to think about your first impression when you see the site. How do you perceive the author who created it? What gives you that impression? You only get one shot at first impressions, and this is just as true digitally as it is in real life. All right, here we go. So here's the first site. All right, this is a WordPress site, so you can't design exactly in the same way, but you can think about what choices the author made and why they might have made those choices. All right, so how do you feel about the color choices here? How do you feel about the background? How about the layout? If you click on any link on this page, you can see that the layout and the font and the color scheme, they all stay the same throughout. So like here, if we look, see same layout, same colors, same font. Do you think that this helps when you're perusing a website, if everything is kind of cohesive and similar page to page? All right, second site. So here we go to the top. So same questions. Are the color and font choices too much for you? Are they just right? Do you like them? How do you feel about the author when you see this page? You'll notice this page has, if we go to the home page, this page has an embedded YouTube video. And this is something that you can do on your site as well. If you are into creating videos, you can create one, post it to YouTube, and then you can embed it in your ePortfolio, and that will give you the opportunity to showcase yourself via a video, which is interesting and very different than just putting words on paper in a traditional resume. Also, if you're a little nervous about being on camera, you can include just an audio file, and that's another choice as well. And then you don't have to worry about people seeing your face if, that makes you uncomfortable. So same thing here, just color choices and in general, the way that it's laid out. I mean, we're all impacted by these things that we see when we look at a website. All right, this one, there's a nice big bold graphic there, but then there's a lot of text too. So how do you feel about just seeing a lot of text when you get onto a website? These are things you want to think about when you are deciding how your audience is going to see your site. All right. All right, the third site here is the ASU homepage, and ASU has invested a lot of money in what their website looks like, so it's really not a bad place to draw your inspiration if you're going to get it from somewhere. You can notice the color scheme here, so they use the maroon and gold, and they use it throughout the site with a lot of white, which creates a nice contrast. You'll notice the fonts stay the same throughout. Here's more maroon, so they tie the colors together with the tabs and some of the other elements on the page. They use these really big graphics and video that really just complement the small bits of text that are really carefully crafted and proofread and edited and gorgeous. There we go. There's a big tortoise there, which is just awesome. So their site is very, very visual with less text. All right, so those are all things that you can kind of think about when you are creating your site. The last thing I wanted to do today is to show you how to create your own graphics that you can use on your e-portfolios. So there are a lot of different platforms you can do this on. The one that I like to use is called Canva. It's CANV as in Victor A.com. And it has both free and paid graphics that you can use. So if you want to keep it all free, you just have to pay attention to the elements that you use. And if you decide to use paid elements, you just have to pay for the entire graphic before you can download it or use it anywhere, okay? So I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is to create something here. And this is something you can use as a header graphic or a background graphic or really, you know, throughout your pages, however you want to, all right? So I just went ahead and, sorry, that was kind of fast. I picked a size. If you look, these are all different sizes that you can create your graphic in. I like this one, social media, because it's nice and square. It fits wonderfully most anywhere. All right. When you come in here, you can choose a layout if you want. These are all free. If you'll notice right here, it says free. If I go to this one, there's a $sign, which means I have to pay if I want to use that one. I'm actually not going to use a layout. I'm just going to come here to elements. Here are photos, grids, frames, illustrations, charts, all sorts of good things. I like to use the photos because they are stunning and sharp and absolutely gorgeous, and there are a ton of free ones. So you can go through here and you can pick any kind of graphic you want. Just if you want it to stay free, again, make sure it says free. You can even search for something up here. So like I can search rainbows, and so again, free. That one's $1. I'll pick the graphic that I want to use. I really like this one. I'm going to stretch it out to fill in the box completely that for the size of graphic that I selected. And then you can kind of adjust him. I can move him over here if I want to. Right, I think I want him to be there. And then I can add in my text. Right here is text. Here are different font sizes, so you can add some really big text or small text. Or you can use any of these over here that are kind of you know, really designed and gorgeous. I like these, so I'm going to find one that's free that I think is interesting, and I'll bring it over here. Once you get it over, you can change any of this if you like. Like I can make this black if I want to, and I can also change, you know, what the words say if I want to. And so yeah, you can kind of go through and play with it and do whatever you want to. When you're done, you can come up here and hit download. You can download it here, and then once you have it downloaded to your computer, you can upload it to the Digication platform, and you're good to go, and you've got a really gorgeous graphic that you can use. So anyway, I hope this was helpful today. As always, if you have any questions, you can email either your professor or me, especially as you're building your e-portfolios. Please let us know if you need any help or you need ideas or inspiration. I'm happy to help with things like that. And yeah, I just want you to think of your e-portfolio as something that's going to serve you well in the future, and just understand that it is it can be an amazing tool if you're willing to put an effort to it. So I know you're going to do that. I know it's going to be good. And thank you for joining me today for Success Tips with Your Writing Fellow. Take care and happy writing.